Is being a furry a sin? Well, I feel like in order to answer that question, first we need to have an understanding of what sin is. I mentioned this in a recent video, but I think we sort of missed the point when we just think of sin as super black and white and just a list of things that we can and can't do. Sin is when we're not living up to God's standards, when we miss the mark. And so the question that we need to be asking ourselves is, is being a furry missing that mark? Now, of course, we also have to define what a furry is. And to me, I would just define a furry as someone who likes or has an interest in anthropomorphic animals. That doesn't necessarily mean that they have to have a fursuit. I mean, a really big misconception about being a furry is that you need a fursuit, but that's not really the case. In fact, you can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that less than 20% of people who say they're a furry actually have a fursuit. So, in the vein of just having an interest, it's perfectly fine. Now, in the vein of wearing a fursuit, that's a little bit of a different story. At the end of the day, though, you have to consider that a lot of people wearing fursuits aren't doing it because they're attracted to the animal, or they're spiritually connected to the animal, or they identify as the animal, or something like that. They just want to put on a costume and to have fun. I mean, people do the same thing at places like Canada's Wonderland or Disneyland, where people dress up as Peanuts or Disney characters. And it's their job to be in character and act in character to make good experiences for people. And I feel like it's very similar with fursuiting. Fursuiting is kind of just indie mascotting, and I really like that. My own personal goals with the suit is to go out in suit and to probably volunteer at events, volunteer at camps, just make good times for people. All I really want to do with the fursuit is just to be a light to other people, to make people's days, to show them the love of Jesus and the love of Christ, to show them the same love that God has given to me. I think when we get into the realm of I'm wearing this suit because it's my identity, or because I want to escape, or because there's some part of myself that I don't like, I think that's when it can cross the line, and that's where it can go into sin. Because at the end of the day, God made us the way we are. God made us fearfully and wonderfully, and He knows that full well. And so when we're fursuiting, when we're doing that stuff, when we have this interest, we need to be careful. We need to keep our eyes and our heart alert. We need to guard our heart. So do I think that being a furry or wearing a fursuit is a sin? No. But I think, like Paul says, we need to be examining ourselves, watching our heart, and guarding our heart to make sure that it doesn't become sin for us.